there, YouTube friends. It's Rainy and Shadow. And don't mind my co-host if he's crunching. He got a bone while we went grocery shopping earlier. Had to run a few errands, had to stop by Walmart to get a few things that I missed yesterday. And so he got himself a nice crunchy bone. They have them back in the pet section. I get him those rather than rawhide chews and things like that, or they're not good for him. So it's actually like a smoked ham bone or something. So anyway, he's got to be crunching along while we do this. So friends, if I didn't finish my announcement, hey, my name is Rainy, this is Shadow, we're from the Woolly Llama Shop. Nice to see you again. We're here for day 45 of 100 Days of Halloween 2025 Crochet Along. And I am so excited. I can't even give you the recap because I am so excited. I'll give you the recap in a minute. I'll tell you what we're doing in a minute. I had to just jump right in here and show you what I did. Look at that. Look at that. Sorry if you're afraid of spiders. I should have warned you. But look at that. Isn't that gorgeous? I won't tell you how many hours I spent on it. But I finished it, and it was yesterday's block, so I am 2 for 2. 2 blocks done in 2 days. And the day that they were supposed to be done on. Well, no, technically I finished this one in the wee hours of this morning. But I am so stinking tickled with it. This is one of those blocks that just made me giddy and happy. You know, the whole reason I do this project. And so I got into it, and I'm a little bit left-handed, and everything I see is a little bit right-handed, and so I think maybe that's why I had a hard time understanding the tutorial. But I didn't let it stop me. I just kept going and going until I got it right. And I learned some techniques in this thing that I can go back and other blocks that I have thrown out. Like I think there's one in particular I threw out way back, like in the beginning, that now I learned a technique on this one that I can do on that one. And so, and I was inspired. Okay, so this is the Heart Garden Spider. I am working on a pumpkin garden spider. May work, may not. It's just an experiment. So, we'll see. But, my friends, and if you go back and look at yesterday's video, the content creator who made this replied to my video. I am so incredibly, for a little 100 subscriber channel, to have someone like that has thousands of subscribers. I mean, besides Nova. Nova's my friend. Nova just kind of, Nova. But anyway, this person is like out in the clear blue sky. Never met them before this. And they have like thousands of subscribers. And they're like, hey, that's super cool. Go check out the comment yourself. But I was like, oh, somebody replied to me. Oh my goodness. I mean, you guys all, my regular subscribers, my friends and yarny sisters, reply to me, and friends of friends have replied to me, but strangers out of the clear blue sky, especially the creator of this wonderful block, I am just totally geeking out. Okay, if you can't tell. Okay, calm it down. Beautiful, absolutely beautiful. So I am just so thrilled with this block, the way it turned out. Now, yes, it took time, but yes, it was very worth it. Very incredibly worth it. Just going to say that. And I broke out the new, what was it called? Cinnamon cedar. That's what the outside edge is made out of. Everything else was made out of scrappy type stuff, like little balls. This was a little ball, and this was a little ball, and this was a floppy skein. But this, I figured this needed this. Just saying, celebrating. So, now, that's all I accomplished yesterday. I got a few, I think I finished the row on this one. There we go. Is that? No, I can never get this thing the right way. Yeah, that's the right way. Okay, yes. And I put a stitch marker in it. See, I got that much accomplished. See my little kitty stitch marker? So I took it outside to work on it, and Shadow said, nope, it's still too hot out here, we're going back in. So I got maybe 10 minutes, 15 minutes by the time I got everything all set up. And you know, dogs, what are you gonna do with them? So I will move my stitch marker. I have to strategically place this thing so it doesn't snag my yarn. So see, I'm using my little, using a little kitty. I don't know if you guys can see him very well. But anyway, he was one of the freebies I got from Darn Good Yarn, I believe. So I will just hook him around. Let's see. I don't think I can do that. Well, after I finish the first block of this, then I will find a spot to stick him. Or maybe I will just do it right here. So, but anyway, it's coming along. It's just slow. And so we are at day 45. Let me back up now that I got all that out of the way. But, you know, for me to be truly excited, I mean, I don't know what it is. I don't know if I fall a little bit on the autism spectrum. I don't know. I've never been diagnosed. I just feel that my 26 years in nursing plus my 7 years of special education, I really feel like I fit the criteria a lot of you know, someone who has high functioning autism. Used to be called Asperger's. But I have a hard time with feelings. It's like I have a hard time. And so when I am truly geeked out by something, you guys deserve to see it. Just like you will probably never really see me very sad, very mad, very anything. My emotions are all right here. But boy howdy, when I have a meltdown, and I do have meltdowns, that's another reason why I think I have autism. Because my life is very, and so very structured, very routine, and when my routine gets thrown off, I get frustrated. And if anything else happens while I'm frustrated, just forget it. I'm toasty, I'm done. And normally my meltdowns happen at work because, well, let's face it, here at home, life is very, but we're not here for all that. We're not here for all that. Anyway, what I'm trying to say is, for me to get excited like I just was at the beginning of this video is rare, because I have also learned to mask. If you don't know what all this stuff is, just skip this part. But it's very important to me that I got that out to you guys, that this was a truly exciting block for me. Okay, now rewind back to what is the 100 Days of Halloween. I decided way back in July, right about my birthday time, which was really a very poor time to decide something for the 100 Days of Halloween. I should have been thinking about this months ago, because the 100 Days of Halloween started the week after my birthday. I decided that I wanted to, and well, in fact, it was on my birthday live. I asked if anybody was interested in doing a blanket with me that had 100 squares, one for each day of the 100 Days of Halloween. One block for each day. And, you know, I thought it was a cool idea because living in Southeast Texas, I was going to do little 6-inch by 6-inch blocks, which I didn't measure this one. There's my ruler. I don't think it's too much over 6, just by looking at it, because that's the nerd in me. Well, hey, it is just right about 6 inches. Hot dog. Yep. spot on. See, this was meant to be. Okay, anyway, stop geeking out. Anyway, I was going to do 6-inch blocks because it's hot. It is still hot here in Southeast Texas. In fact, today, on the 5th day of September, it is 89 degrees, and I can tell you the humidity is through the roof because there's clouds in the sky. I think it's going to get ready to rain. So number one, it's hot. Number two, it's humid. And when it's humid, the yarn sticks to your fingers. I can't crochet outside, which I found out, well, yesterday the humidity wasn't bad. But there are days when I try to take my crochet outside and it's so humid, even in the shade, I can't crochet because the yarn is sticking to my fingers. I can't spin yarn, I can't crochet yarn, none of it. So that's why for a little while I was taking my sewing outside, and even that was hard, my embroidery, as I was hand embroidering for a while. So anyway, 6-inch blocks, 100 of them. I was going to do 10 by 10, make it about 5 foot by 5 foot. I was joined in by my wonderful and lovely and super talented sister Missi at Missi's Yarniverse and More. She said, yes, let's do a blanket. And then I had a couple of other yarny sisters were like, we don't really want to do a blanket, which is fine. I'm just excited that somebody wanted to join in, you know. And so Miss Nova at Nova Gnome Creations is making wearables for herself and her littles, her little near and dear little ones that are in her life. And Patricia at Yarny Cat Crochet made an accessory. She made a little purse out of a block. And so that is cool. Now, I don't expect anybody to join. I really don't. I mean, that's not the whole point of this. The point is, I wanted to do this for me, and I wanted to share it with you. And if you're crazy enough to watch all these videos with me, great. If you want to participate, there's no special rules. I provide a block. If you want to do that block, great. If you don't want to do that block, fine. If you were inspired by that block and want to make one similar to it, perfect. If you don't even want to use my block that day, great. So what Missi is doing is she's changed a couple of times. I didn't even get to see her video yesterday. I gotta go back and watch her video. Sorry. So what she was doing was she was freehanding blocks and just doing whatever, wherever, whatever whim hit her, that's what she was doing. Well, then she started drawing a blank block out of the Boo Box of Fate. So she would have a color and we would all make guesses, and then she wouldn't read the comments until the next day when she actually revealed the block. Then the day before yesterday, she changed it up again. She drew out a block, and then she drew out one of her suggestions that she hadn't made yet. And it was a fuchsia, sparkly, bright pink block. And she was supposed to have put a mummy on it. And I don't recall seeing it. I know it went up, but I don't remember seeing what she did with it. So I'm going to have to go back and watch that. Wow, this is going to be a long one today. I'm already at 13 minutes. And so what I do, I made a huge list. I scoured the internet, shook it all up, turned it upside down, and poured out all the fall and Halloween themed blocks I could find. Hence the garden spider. Not necessarily Halloween themed, but it is fall themed, I think. I mean, spiders, Halloween, they kind of go together. But it's not Halloween-y. And so I made this huge list, put numbers 1 through 100 down by them. I'm like at 120 something now because I just keep adding. In fact, I added 2 more today. Just whenever anything strikes me, if I'm out, you know, doing my blocks and I see something and something leads to something else and I find more blocks, odds are by this time they're probably duplicates, but you never know. And so I'm still contemplating doing that list, doing a blog, so you guys can have all of them, especially if you're late coming in and don't want to go back and watch all the videos. But anyway, so then I have this list. I had numbers 1 through 100 in the Jinx Jack-o'-lantern of Joy, and then I draw a number each day, which today we're drawing 3 because I don't do videos on the weekend. I have a very hard weekend work schedule on the weekend, and so I just do 3 on Friday. That way you still get 3 blocks, but you won't see me again until Monday, because pretty much all life as I know ceases to exist except for work on the weekend. That's it. I don't even get to sleep 8 hours on Saturday night, because that's how short of sleep I get. I get like maybe 6 if I'm lucky. So anyway, that is a quick recap. I think I hit all the highlights. I'm using scraps of 4-weight yarn, using my little balls and floppy squares and scraps and what have you, whatever. I'm trying not to use brand new skeins, even though there have been a few exceptions. I had a candy corn looking yarn, I have a black tweed, and a mold cider, and then that cinnamon cedar. Those are the 4 exceptions that I have made to this so far. Nothing else has been new. Everything else has been a floppy skein. Not even like a full holding its form skein. It's been a floppy, like skinny. So 4.5 millimeter crochet hook. With the exception of this one, I did go down to 3.5 millimeter, just because I wanted to make sure it was small enough, and I figured at very worst I would go around it 1 more time or 2 more times if it wasn't big enough. I do make modifications to my squares if I need to make sure they're between 6 and 6.5. And I'm doing something called a spider web join, which is going to be modified now, because, well, the other spider web join will make this thing ginormous. So, okay. Wow, now I'm at 17 minutes. And I still got to draw 3 blocks. So we talked about yesterday, we did a recap of what 100 days is. Now, that brings us to the draw. Come on, Jack, let's draw. So, for those of you who are new here, this thing has a tendency to spit out a ton of spiders. That's why this is called the blanket that spiders built. It tends to draw or spit out numbers in very close proximity to each other. I mean, it does all sorts of crazy things. And I've been shaking this thing around for almost 50 days now. Almost 50 days. And it's been in a plastic container before it was in this lovely jack-o'-lantern. So, I mean, these things have been stirred all up. I shake them every day. I stir it with my fingers like so. And it still does not give me random things. I can't see in it. I'm not drawing them on purpose. I'm just drawing them out as they come. So, Friday's block is 16. Let's look up 16 right quick. So I'm going to go to my list. 16. We've not been back down that low in quite some time. All eyes on you. I'm betting it's gonna be an eyeball. Yep. It's gonna be, you're gonna see it right about here. I'm looking for the link. Well, that wasn't the right link. That took me to Hobby Lobby. Okay. It is by Hayhay Crochet, and it's not a gross and gory. It's just basically circles within a circle. Hayhay Crochet. I'm looking to see if there's a tutorial at the bottom of the page. Oh, why yes. Okay, so this is actually a cardigan, which I'm going to put a picture of it right here. So if you just want to do these blocks. I mean, if you want to do a cardigan out of 6-inch blocks, that'd be great too. So you're gonna first you'll see the eye, and then you'll see the cardigan. And I mean, it just circle inside of a circle made into a square. So I think I can handle that one. It doesn't look too bad, as long as it ends up being the correct size. Let me put an asterisk by that, so I know. I don't know why I put the title twice on that. That's weird. Sorry, I'm shaking the camera. Okay, next one. Stirring, stirring, stirring. Oh, that was just a telemarketer, sorry. Okay, next we have 86. So it says Pumpkin Granny Square Part 2.
Are you guys here for the halftime show?
Oh no, we're here to help people customize.
It's a video tutorial, and it has two different, let me close, let's see. It has two different pumpkins. So when I say part 2, I'm guessing that means the second one. Okay, I'm trying to scroll through the video. Okay, yeah. So it'll be the black one at the end of the video. And it is by Crochet Club Store. So, because part 1 is 85. See, that's why I was trying not to do these in order. I was just going to go down the list and, do them in order. But then, we'd have 2 days in a row where we had 2 pumpkins. And so that's why I decided to draw from the Jack-o'-lantern of Joy. Okay, so we have I've totally forgotten what we had first. 16. Oh my goodness. What it was 16. We've had a pumpkin and an eyeball. That's what it was. Okay. Oh, come on, 53. I want 53 because I can see it looks cool by the title. I'm not going to draw 53 out. But the title for 53, just as a teaser, Candy Corn Unicorn Applique. Candy Corn Unicorn Applique for block 53. Now, we jump back to 11. See what I mean? I drew out 11 after I drew out 16. I mean, and it is, it says Ghost Cross Stitch. So I think this is that one. Yes. So this is the one where the lady made Halloween squares and hooked them together to make a block for her daughter. So, it's cute. You'll see it right about here. Oh, I forgot to show you. Well, I'll put it in there. I was going to say, I forgot to say here for the pumpkin. You'll see it anyway. It just trips my mind trying to do this whole video editing thing. So, eyeball, pumpkin, ghosty. Yay! No spiders today. Of course, yesterday that spider took the cake. We will not have any spiders for a while because that, friends, took up my allotment of spiders for a while. So yeah, I guess that, wow, 25 minutes almost. Jeez, people, whew, this is going to be a long one. Okay. I can't help it. When I get excited about something, little mouth runs over. So, friends, I'm going to wrap this up. Wish you a frightfully fabulous rest of your day, and a frightfully fabulous weekend. Think of me while I'm working. This is my last weekend before I take vacation. Next weekend, I have vacation from the nursing home. So, prayers for me that I maintain my sanity for this last weekend before I go on vacation. So I will have 12 days of vacation. I have 5 days off, 2 days of vacation, 5 more days off. That is 12 whole days of no nursing home. With that, folks, I will see you on the next one.